journey was uneventful.
Well, I almost stitched Beck's mouth shut. Otherwise, they thought it was worth dragging the Sentinel artifact halfway around the globe.
Well, the updates are moving fast and things are busy again. I know you're seeing that.
I await you beneath the main remedy. Try not to get killed before we leave.
Correct. But the reality is we are building the motive. I'm building very strong.
Well, I didn't come all this way to play sardines with the help.
Some information about Tyler Robinson, his political views. Oh, now getting the
Honestly, you're better off. Your face was your worst feature.
the individual intelligence. Thanks. Starting to build a series. So we now have confirmation of what we suspected.
I'm warning you, Box. I have a book of matches in my pocket.
How exciting! We are just a few steps short of restoring Nexus.
Just tell us what to do. I've had it up to here with cryptic hints.
And so anybody suggesting that Tyler Robinson was living with his family full
Best thing I ever got in a raffle, second-hand microscope. Just knew this was going to work out.
And they admitted that they confirmed that he was not mentally ill. He had been transitioned for about 4 years. Yes, it was to his boyfriend. Family members said that they
I'm starting to enjoy the anticipation. Even if this prima materia stuff can regenerate Maxis's body, how can it regenerate her mind? Her soul?
The Sentinel artifact manipulates time as well as matter. Her human software will be pulled from the test. She will be the woman we knew.
Max R.
Apparently a term that's used to describe somebody.
Oh, nice boy.
The avatar or the individual is clearly presenting as sort of 30%.
Remind me of my mouth. Soft and
That with what we
His
already
spine is made of iron.
Oh, I'll take that as a compliment. But don't ever call me Mum or I'll punch you in the goonies.
The front for assassination. On the website, various gaming online accounts, principles. So basically, exactly as immediately rushed to say those cravings were anti-Semitic, that it was proof that Tyler was secretly right-wing. Of course not. Day one, those cravings were tied to some weird online internet culture that likely Twiggs and Tyler were part of. Trans, furry, emboi, meme communities. The exact kind of rhetoric and slang and ideology that fills their world, not the right-wing world. When's the last time you heard a right-winger posting memes about noticing bulges? Holy freaking crap, but once again the left's attempt to debunk only exposes how completely out of touch they are with their own freaking subcultures, or probably more accurately, how utterly dishonest they are. The facts are becoming very clear here, and I'm pretty sure behind the scenes the FBI has a whole lot more information than we do. The governor of Utah recently said this.
You told the Wall Street Journal that it is, quote, very clear to us and to the investigators that this was a person who was deeply indoctrinated with leftist ideology. Can you elaborate on that and be more specific?
Well, sure. So that information comes from the people around him, from his family members and friends. That's how we got that information. I mean, for the governor to say that, you know that he's not speaking lightly. He's probably seen the briefings, he's seen the
receipts, which means that Robinson's online history must be overflowing with exactly what you might assume it will be. Leftist propaganda, extreme rhetoric, anti-Christian and anti-conservative radicalism. I mean, where we are today is we've got this individual, Tyler Robinson, who's an ex-Mormon who recently left the church. He's got online accounts and these furry websites, most likely went down a pipeline of trans porn and other things. He then eventually meets a trans furry, they move in together, they become a couple. As the years go by, he becomes more and more radicalized by left-wing rhetoric. All the people around him seem to be identifying him as a leftist who was in fact becoming more radical in his viewpoints, and he shoots Charlie.
Alright guys, we're at the University of Washington right now. Decided that nobody should be killed for their opinions. Charlie Kirk was killed a day and a half ago for a very important reason. That reason is shot up in the back. We're going to be right standing stronger than we ever have. What they want is for us to run away. We can't do it. Don't clear your schedules. Don't cancel your events. You're going to clear your schedule. Clear it to come out. It is more important than ever. Charlie Kirk was a symbol. He represents you. When they pointed that gun at Charlie, it wasn't just pointed at Charlie. It was pointed at all of you that were conservative. People who celebrate his death would celebrate your death. Many of us would not be where we are today without Charlie Kirk. We wouldn't have the values that we have today.
Faster than you can say, Medulla
Charlie Kirk is an almost perfect representation of America, the values America stands for, the American dream, the nation that America was built upon. The idea that people should be allowed that they should not only be allowed to have those disagreements, they should talk about those disagreements.
Spoil me.
Every day, continually seeking out who did not agree with them, so we could learn from them, teach them, so we could share with them, and they could share with them. My goal is to make sure that mission, that work, that objective that Charlie Kirk carried his life for, doesn't die at this point, that dream stays alive, that others see that political discourse still happens in this country, even when there's discord. May a million more Charlie Kirks be born. Yeah, this one's for you. I'm sorry, what was the point of that comment? What was the...
I wonder if this is truly random. It could be rigged, you know.
So you think that means people should be killed for their opinions?
I think that administration has no problem killing people like us.
Positivity.
You think that Charlie Kirk should have been killed?
I'm not sad.
Are you a professor here?
What's that?
Are you a professor here?
Good things come to those who
I have no
wait.
affiliation with you.
So my expectations are quite high.
Bonus points.
I'll dedicate the pile of bodies I leave behind to you. Even if this prima materia stuff can regenerate Maxis's body, how can it regenerate her mind?
I'd love you to.
But her soul?
I think he was killed while he was on a college campus at a table like this, espousing his opinions, and he was killed for it.
But he's not just a guy. He's a guy that kills people, put a pedophile, a rapist, a man that sexually assaults women, a racist man,
He influenced people with his opinions. I disagree with you on all of those things, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so Charlie Kirk influenced people with his opinions.
And that helped with that man in office.
So do you think Charlie should have been killed?
It's not about nobody should be killed. I'm not sad that he was killed. I don't know.
That's fine.
You know, but I think that your question is misleading because he's not. The sum of Charlie Kirk is not just some guy with opinions.
He is some guy with
He's
opinions.
some guy with opinions that use those opinions.
They're popular opinions.
To get
They're popular
man
opinions.
who is dismantling our Constitution, who is removing people's rights,
I fundamentally disagree.
kidnapping people.
Name me one right that he's removed.
The one right?
One right that Donald Trump has removed.
Well, let's talk about civil liberties and the fact that they're kidnapping people off the street.
One right that Trump has removed. Every president has deported people, and that's not a right. You don't have a right to come to this country illegally. Name one right. You made the claim. You made the claim that Trump has removed people's rights. Now, substantiate the claim.
It's a violation.
It's not kidnapping. It's an arrest. It's an arrest. You don't have a right to come to this country illegally.
They're too chicken shit to take their masks off. They have no badges. They will not.
They do have badges.
And if I run into a nice guy and
They're agents of the federal government.
kidnapping people, unless he shows me a badge, a name, and a face to match it, He's just another guy on the street kidnapping someone.
Hey, I just wanted to say thank you for what you're doing. I've been working for years and use my own, but having like served this country and putting my body on the line so that we can shoot each other over opinions, it's very much so that we can continue to have our own opinions. So I just want to say thank you for stepping up and doing what you're doing.
Thank you for your service.
Appreciate it.
Cam Higby, nice to meet you. How's it going, man? Hi, nice to meet you. What's your name?
Ray.
Cam, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, do you have an opinion?
Yes, I have a lot of opinions. The most fundamental one, of course, is that nobody should be killed.
Let's move. The quicker we get the artifact to Sam, the sooner we see Maxis again.
This really quickly becomes a conversation about what do you do when people are saying that people should be killed over their opinions, when that is not correct.
I think that you have to, I think the only way to combat that bad speech, so I would say that that's bad speech. I think that if you see bad speech, and if you even think that Charlie Kirk had bad speech, that he had bad opinions, the best way to meet that and to rise against that is with better opinions and better speech, not by hurting those people. I think that Charlie should have better opinions and better speech, and he invited that rather than violence. And I think that people who believe in violence against people like Charlie should be met where they are with words, opinions, and arguments against what they're saying, unless they participate in the violence. If they participate in the violence, they're no longer stating an opinion.
I didn't come all this way to play sardines with the help.
So, the people that are, let's say, the types of people and groups of people are often calling for violence against opinions that they just...
I'd forgotten you were a bit of a sadist, Bob.
They kind of end up with little subcultures and stuff.
Well, aren't you just a little ray of sunshine inside this wayward reality?
Yeah. But, like, the thing is that you can say that, but I don't think that's changing their opinions. That these are rarely going to listen to
After all you've endured, all the miles you traveled,
I think it's not about changing those people's opinions. I agree with you. I think maybe with time those people will change their opinions. But I think it's not about changing those people's opinions. I think that it's making sure that they're not able to affect other people with their beliefs. So if they believe violence should be done against people for their opinions, I think that you need to meet those people with better arguments and essentially embarrass them in the arena of thought. Not so that they change their mind, but so that the people listening to them change their mind. So that their beliefs become more offensive. Because people, they're become almost loud.
Schrodinger ever
At the
found
end
out
of the
about
day,
you, you'd have a field day.
and I think that but I think that the force for good that changes the most minds.
It's like you read my mind. Shit. Even if this prima materia stuff can regenerate Maxis' body, how can it
because,
regenerate her mind?
You
Her
can
soul?
ask someone to do good,
physical aspect
but
manipulates time
people
as
don't
well as matter. Her human
as just
software
humans.
is pulled
We
from the
kind of
past.
rebel against
She
that.
will be the woman you knew.
But with Jesus, you can change your heart so that you will actually want to do good. You to actually take a joy in it and do it out of selfless desire rather than simply out of obligation, which is really the best way to have people actually behaving.
Yeah, totally.
Because then it's not performative.
Yeah.
It's actually coming from the heart.
Yeah, 100%, man.
So I think Christ is really the only way to fix this.
Totally.
In my opinion.
I think people are going to love that, man. Those are great words.
Yeah.
I appreciate you stopping by, Mom. Yeah, you too. I'll be here again. Or did you just move in for a fall session?
Yeah, I'm a graduate student.
Oh,
I just
really?
came.
You'll probably see me in it. If
Yeah.
you're going to spend any time here, you'll see me.
I'm usually over by the cherry blossoms, but today there's more people over here, so.
On architecture, sorry, I don't think I get to walk through this.
Yeah. I appreciate you stopping by, man. It was a good chat, and I think that your words are very meaningful and important. I think they'll have an impact on people.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad you're out here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you stopped. Have a good one, man. Be safe.
Am I celebrating Charlie Kirk?
I think he should be celebrated, but it's not. It's
celebrate it.
Yeah, it's not so much to celebrate him, just say that people shouldn't be killed for their opinions. You disagree?
I don't disagree with that, but that's not what he represents.
Charlie was killed talking about his opinions.
He lied.
What was he lying about?
He told lots of
Do you think people should be killed just for lying? Have you ever told a lie in your life?
Yeah, sure.
And should you have been killed for that lie?
He should not be killed for lying.
Okay.
But whether he should be killed is not the question. Nobody should be murdered.
Well, that's not what some people think. That's who I'm out here to talk to.
Nobody should be murdered. But that's not what you're doing. You're being disingenuous here, just the same way that he was disingenuous.
I'm not being disingenuous. I'm saying nobody should be killed for their opinions.
But you're saying Charlie Kirk was killed for having opinions.
He was killed spreading his opinions. He was. Why was he killed then? Why was he killed?
I don't know, because I don't know.
You just said it wasn't. You just said it wasn't for having opinions. How do you know it wasn't for having opinions? Why was he killed?
Why somebody
Let's move.
Because of his
Lost track
opinions.
to sound as soon as we see Max.
Because of his opinions.
That's right,
the
Max.
liar
Rolling
was
the point.
disingenuous, subverted truth in order to promote.
They didn't like the information that he was spreading. He had opinions that were unpopular, and people killed him because of his opinions.
That's not what I said.
You said he wasn't killed for having opinions.
I don't know how he was killed.
He was killed for his opinions. It's obvious. He was killed while he was spreading them.
That's obvious.
Right now.
Very obvious. He was sitting at a table just like this one, and he was shot in the neck and killed in front of his family.
Well, okay, so was Kennedy killed for his opinions?
Likely for things he was going to do as president because he has executive authority. You know who didn't have executive authority? Charlie Kirk. He was killed for his opinions.
You're talking just like Kirk did. So you're
You asked me a question to answer.
an athlete.
Max
And
Armor.
you're doing the same
I'm not
thing.
going to anybody.
You're sitting on a college campus trying to
Talk to
Be
people.
patient.
get into people's brains.
Can't you tell?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to people. Yeah.
It's horrendous.
This will keep me in fighting form. Excellent choice, Bob.
Country, and it's our right. Yeah. It's our right. Yeah, I do. I'm studying the science here, and I like watching people debate, you know, like, and it's just really cool. Especially happening on campus, I think is what's the scariest part of college campus. Like, college campuses should be a safe space for debate and intellectual diversity, and the fact that, like, people are,
I wonder how many
like,
different
killing
things are in there. Is it
like, it's
infinite?
on the university is, like, crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's how the university gets the thing to debate, you know, an opinion. It's wild. Like, it's scary. It's like, you know.
What I would say is, the University of Washington is a very liberal campus, as I'm sure all
I
of you
wonder
know.
if this is truly random.
I
Could
come
be
here a
rigged, you
lot
know.
in I-Table. I'm only here today because Charlie died.
Even if this
I
premonition
was planning on coming back on the 22nd when class was actually in
regenerate
session,
Max's
so I'd actually get
body,
people
how
to
can
talk
it
to, and I can sit
regenerate
over by
her
the cherry
mind?
blossoms. But
Her soul.
I think right now it is pivotal and very important for people with conservative views to stand stronger than they ever have and express their opinions and be fierce and fearless. Because we can't let if they want us to run away and they want us to hide and they want us to cower. But if we show them that killing people doesn't work, maybe they'll stop doing it. But if we hide, they'll keep doing it.
I think it's totally bad for gun laws in general. Like, I feel like that people are focusing on the irony of the whole thing when, like, you know, even if we ban guns and, like, keep restricting gun laws, like, that's not going to stop the hate of people from getting them.
Even didn't think guns in the United States at this point. If we just stop selling guns now, you think right now, these are going to go away.
Well, what you say is interesting because they think it's ironic that Charlie Kirk, the guy who advocated for gun rights, was killed while he was talking about gun rights. And they say that if Charlie just would have wanted gun control, maybe he'd be alive. But what's actually ironic is that Charlie Kirk was murdered in a gun-free zone. College campus. It's a gun-free zone. He was killed in a gun-free zone where there was already gun control, and it didn't stop anybody from bringing a gun to that campus, sitting on a roof and murdering.
Campuses should be a hub for knowledge and a hub for opinions, and, you know, no matter which way you go, it's sad that it's like, you know, that it's not anymore, and it, like, I mean, I'm from Arizona, so it's definitely a more right-leaning state, and that's, his wife went to my school, yeah, so, my high school, and I think they posted it, and it's just like, I don't understand, no matter what tragic no matter what side you're on. And like,
Have you ever been to America Fest?
no,
You should go. It's in Arizona, or in Phoenix, at the convention center every year, yeah. Just in December. It's just a conference, so you show up, and every other year Charlie speaks. Obviously, he won't speak this year. This year, I'm sure they'll still have it. I hope. But Trump usually speaks. Charlie usually speaks. Scott Presler, Brandon Tatum, Canzone, Tucker Carlson, people like that. They come to speak. Politicians.
You're alive and well. Sorry, I could not arrange a more welcoming reception.
Let's move. The quicker we get the artifact to Sam, the sooner we see Maxis again. That's right, Yank! Long live the Queen!
Exhibit halls where there's lots of representing what they believe in, learn about the stuff, halls and stuff like that, but it's also
I await you beneath the main residence. Try not to get killed before we meet.
Well, I didn't come all this way to play sardines with the help. Always take this long? It's been ages. That's almost exactly what I wanted.
Double points.
After all you've endured, all the miles you traveled, I regret there are just a few tiny little final tests.
Just tell us what to do. I've had it up to here with cryptic hints. I've started to enjoy the anticipation. Not a good psychological indicator. This knew this was gonna work out. Come on now. But even if this prima materia stuff can regenerate Maxis's body, how can it regenerate her mind? Her soul?
The sentinel artifact manipulates time as well as matter. Her human software will be pulled from the test. She will be the woman you knew. Trust me.
Max armor.
Yeah. And so, but obviously it's still technically like summer session, so class, there's not a lot of people here. But yeah, I just had a professor come up and talk to me, but like he always comes up. But yeah, no, during session I get quite a few people. Thank you guys. Thank you for your support. Yeah, thank you.
Sad day for America.
Sad day.
Thank you. Thank you. Broly's famous. It's like his voice is getting bigger now.
Yeah.
Than ever before.
Like an artist.
Yeah. That's more trouble stand up. Our voice cannot be silenced.
Now it's the worst time to do it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they want, is to run and hide, cower in their houses. That's why I'm here today. I wasn't going to come. I come here a lot, but I wasn't going to come here until the 22nd when school's in session. I came here today because Charlie's dead, and because you need a show, like a show of strength.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much.
It means a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. I assume this is about Charlie.
It's about Charlie, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, nobody should, go there. So I just agree with that. Did you think somebody was disagree?
Yeah, I've actually had people walk by me and shout, being a bigot is an opinion, he deserved it already when I was setting up this table. So, all over the place, people are celebrating his death.
I don't think it's celebration. I did actually kind of saw notes where people are reflecting on his comments, and if his comments is towards someone else, if it's coming to him, then that's obviously not okay.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I don't, if you don't mourn Charlie, I can't demand that people mourn Charlie's death. However, I've seen a lot of people posting on their Instagram stories, for example, saying things like, "I'm feeling down today. Can somebody send me that video of Charlie getting killed to make me feel better?" I've seen people posting confetti. I've seen people saying he deserved it. That's another thing, not necessarily a celebration, but to say that he deserved it, I think, is an insane reflection of where our country's at.
We're in a difficult time in politics. We have somebody in office that is, kind of taking one side. The country is not two parties. The country is one people.
Yeah. I think that happens every time somebody's in office. Like Barack Obama, for example. It's a two-party system. So like every politician, regardless of which side they're on a side. Our Congress is divided down the middle through the aisle. Each side is on one side, virtually, and they almost always vote with their party. And the president will almost always sign bills from his party. So it's always going to be that the president or the Congress will reflect largely one side of the political aisle unless you have a totally divided Congress.
What I hope, and people elect representatives.
Yeah.
And the majority, 50+1, would elect that one person.
But what I'll tell you is I don't think Democrats are the problem. I don't think this was done by Democrats. I think this was done by a leftist, somebody who is hoping for a revolution, and I think those people are the problem, and I think that they're a growing mind. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. More important than ever. I will. That's why I'm here. I won't. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Be safe. Thank you. I will. That's why I'm here. I don't either.
It will require a lot of work, but it will be a lot more Charlie films.
Yeah. Of course. Thank you so much.
Don't want his life and stuff to be lost to this. It's so important that we have dialogue. So
much.
You attack me? I'm doing it right now. I've asked to do mutual combat. I would do it in a legal combat. I attack you?
It's okay to attack
individually. That's a very shitty thing.
Do you think it's okay to attack me?
I think you deserve it. Would I attack you? I'm not doing it right now. I've asked to do mutual combat. I would do it in a legal context.
Do you think that Charlie deserved it?
I think that we should do like what Logan Paul did, right? Because I think streamers boxing.
Do you think that Charlie deserved it?
The new thing. I think that's what brings the good views and the good content. So I think that you and me.
Did Charlie Kirk deserve to get killed?
The same area.
Did Charlie Kirk deserve to get killed?
We should set up. Do you think we should set up like a box? Like you think that's okay, right? Like we'll give him gear, we'll get his ads, right? That'd be okay, right?
Do you think that Charlie Kirk deserved it?
That'd be fine, right? Like you would want to see him. You'd want to see how it went, right? You'd want to see. I'm old. Cam's 25. Are you 26 yet, Cam? 25. 25. So I'm an old man. So like you got youth on me. He looks like he works out. I definitely don't anymore. It's been years since I've worked out. But, there's a war on testosterone, as Cam says. This is the peak male body, I think, right here. Would you call yourself the peak male body? Oh, well, I would call you the peak male body. That makes you feel uncomfortable a little bit. I used to have body issues too, Cam. See, I like to be really, really honest about things. I like to be super clear and upfront, and that's why I was super, super nice to you when we were having. Yeah, why I really came out of the way to try to understand and listen to you. And I just really didn't expect you to keep doing shit that was just like very focused on. I didn't expect you to be doing things that were specifically going to harm people in my community, but you chose not to stop. You chose not to stop no matter what you were doing. Me saying that people shouldn't be killed for their opinions does not harm people in your community.
That's what you do. You have into existence that this fucking stands as one fucking dishonest question.
And then
It's not a question, it's a prompt.
That's it. That's all he did. He just popped into existence right here. And then, don't go look at Twitter. Don't see what's doing on Twitter. That. That might change your opinion on what people should be allowed to live through. That'd be weird. Hitler rose to power legally, right? He didn't take it by force, right? He won't start killing people. He rose to power legally.
Yeah, I'm not killing anybody.
Oh, then he doesn't care.
With this whole topic, if people were hiring white people because of their characteristics,
I think that in this country.
So after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, a few predictable things did happen. Obviously, there were evil left-wing anonymous accounts who were cheering all over the internet. Some of them got 335,000 likes before completing views on this one. Just not only being totally unsympathetic, just actively cheering that he had died. They were thrilled that this had happened. And again, some of these are hundreds of thousands of likes. This is, I think, it's safe to say, a very widespread opinion on the left. And that's just judging from the anonymous Twittersphere. You've got the sort of blue sky types who were in on next, and Benny Johnson, Ben Shapiro, just hoping that, again, stochastic terrorism, style. One of their number would be enough of a lunatic to go out and shoot someone else. Okay. And then you get TikTokers who are posting things like this. I feel bad for Charlie Kate's family. I don't. F his grown-ass wife for marrying and supporting a literal fascist who wants to harm and harm her group. I hope his kids have the best father now. Hashtag dark woke. Well, at least we know what dark woke means. Dark woke means be as evil as possible. Hopefully all of your enemies get killed by one of your number, and then you dance to the parade. The idea that, a complaint is Charlie Kirk doesn't have empathy is remarkable, because, aren't you guys complaining all the time that the Israelis are just killing the Palestinians? And this is horrific, because the Israelis are happy to do it, and some Israelis cheer, oh my god, this is a horrible, horrible thing. But they're doing it for ideological reasons. Have you ever asked what the Palestinians actually think about the marginalized groups that you love so much? How do you think they feel about transgenders or gays, for example? How do you think they feel about minorities in their own country, assuming they haven't left? These people are cheering because Charlie Kirk was killed with his opinions, because they don't like the content of his opinions, and then complain, oh, Palestinians are being killed. And that's not even for their opinions they're being killed because of the mass. But if they were to ask the Palestinians anything about their opinions, they'd be like, oh wait, I'm glad you're dead, and I hope your kids have a better father now. Hashtag dark woker. Because they've discovered that the people they're defending, well honestly, they're to the left, to the right of Charlie Kirk on almost every liberal issue that there is. So there's a deep and abiding contradiction. Of course, none of it is about that. It's about, he is an enemy, and these are a client, our client. So, the other enemy, Israel, killing our client, is therefore bad. One of our enemies is killed, therefore good. And it doesn't matter what the content, the character or the belief system of either client group or enemy is, because that's not what this is about. Anyway, so the thing that was really remarkable, you can see how emboldened they all are. They don't think there's anything wrong with doing this. In fact, they think they're going to get upvotes from their fellow leftists by posting this kind of thing. But it's the brazenness that really struck me. We've got here a teacher, Angela Navalny, celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk. She teaches at a particular school, and she's cheering. It's
Welcome to Colton Hall. I trust your journey was uneventful.
Well, I almost stitched Beck's mouth shut, but otherwise, da. I only thought it was worth dragging the Sentinel artifact halfway around the globe.
It's kind of mad. And then you've got other people who, again, these are all people who are making public statements, who are just like, yeah, no, it's, Gaza, Gaza. It's like, okay, but again, the people of Gaza supported Hamas. The people of Gaza support quite a hardline version of Islam. The people of Gaza are to the right of Charlie Kirk on almost every issue. But that's not going to impact you on this. It's not really about that, is it? It's really about the fact that they're yours and he's his. And it's good. But again, why is she so brazen about it? Why can't she be like, oh no, hang on a second, this is quite bad. We should probably at least say that's terrible and we're against political violence. Instead, they're like, well, it's worse for the people in Gaza. We don't care about vocal Islamophobe bigots. Like, okay, all right. I mean, you see here, Ilhan Omar and Mehdi Hassan can barely contain their glee. Just like they talk about unhappy faces, and then they start laughing. What's so funny, guys? What's so funny about all of this? And look, other people in the replies are like, oh yeah, look, they seem happy. And it's like, right, okay, interesting. Even like mainstream left-wing figures don't care about this. And then you have the example of the Oxford Union president, who just openly celebrated it. Right? This what's his name? It's some weird foreign name. Mr. Abaronian. George Abaronian. I can't pronounce it right. Some immigrant. And he just came out and was like, Charlie Kirk got shot, let's effing go. And it's like, okay. And another one.
Faster than you can say, Machulo Oblongata.
My physical core is located beneath Colton Hall. Find your way down to me. Quickly.
Right now, let's hope my gravestone won't read death by Southern hospitality. I'm warning you, Vox. I have a book of matches in my pocket. At last, a glimmer of positivity.
Some final preparations remain to activate the Sentinel artifact. Only then can we bring back Nexus from the darkness.
If anything should be difficult, cheating death tops the list. Even if this prima materia stuff can regenerate Maxis's body, how can it regenerate her mind? Her soul?
The Sentinel artifact manipulates time as well as matter. Her human software will be pulled from the test. She will be the woman you knew. Trust me.
soft on the outside, but with a spine made of iron.
Oh, I'll take that as a compliment. But don't ever call me Mum or I'll punch you in the goonies. Honestly, I expected better from you. I'm not cross, just disappointed.
Max armor.
And they learn it and they're cheering about it. So I think it's fairly safe to say the Civil War is probably here. Now, what I am definitely saying is don't go out and do something stupid. Obviously, we're going to do this awfully. And eventually, we're going to make it so this isn't a problem. But at the moment, I think literally all we're going to be able to do is just make sure everyone is aware of this. I realise this won't be a satisfying conclusion to this video, but a lot of people will say, well, you know, that's kind of centrist and milquetoast.
The memory of Charlie Kirk is starting a revolution all across America, but I had no idea he'd have such an impact in the UK, all the way down to marches in Australia and back up to movements in South Korea, where ironically this reminds me of those recent riots in France 4 days ago, where the far left burned a Korean restaurant in protest of French leadership, as these concurrent protests just highlight the key differences between the left and the right, as reportedly this TikTok was about Charlie.
The best part of this whole damn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few. That's great.
Completely oblivious to the vigils hitting college campuses, with huge crowds even in New York City, as NASCAR races paid their respects. But also MLB games, as the New York Yankees had a moment of silence alongside the NFL, also honoring his life. But then, we started seeing Spain paying their respects, marches all the way in Australia holding up signs for Charlie, with South Korean citizens singing, "We are Charlie Kirk." Where we all knew the assassination of Charlie Kirk was going to ignite American conservatives and moderates, but nobody could have imagined he would become the face of freedom for the entire planet, as at the UK's Unite the Kingdom March, which was reported as 110,000 people, but was more likely millions.
This is the counter-revolution. There's been a globalist revolution for 20 years. We are the counter-revolution. It's not going anywhere, mate.
Carrying posters of not only Charlie Kirk, but his entire family, as they all rallied behind his memory.
Charlie's family, we all pledge to you. We hope we honour his life.
So, of course, the left tried to make this about the spooky far right.
The sleep is probably the biggest far-right demonstration ever held in Britain. I've been at one of this club, and I think it's obvious that many of the people who wear our flag as a badge of their own white identity, as a mark of hatred of our multicultural, multinational society.
But who knew the UK's far right was so diverse?
そして部活のイギリスを取り戻そうとしてる。これ、日本でもやらんと。
Erica, this is for you. We love you. We stand with you. We will always have your back. And we love your husband, Charlie.
I have to come and support the event, uniting the whole country, bringing everybody together, bringing the 4 nations together. That's why I dress up and then come and support. I'll be integrated, so I have to respect the culture.
And notice how nobody was shouting down any of those very diverse conservatives, as they're all embracing Western culture and rejecting liberal tyranny. But nothing scares a political elite more than when the common man bands together against the ruling class. So they immediately went back to their same old tired playbook of protesters that mysteriously get these signs left behind by these mysterious figures who they later discovered are funded by none other than their own tax dollars. Kinda interesting how the same exact thing was happening in the US until the Trump administration started tracing who was funding these riots, and they evaporated overnight. So of course, to offset millions of angry Englishmen, masked Antifa and Black Bloc had to make an appearance, chanting disgusting phrases.
It is for all the people that want to be here on our side.
Where their coppers initially admitted the problem areas weren't with the Unite the Kingdom marchers, but the Antifa idiots, to which the Met Police marched them right into each other, just so they could later state there was significant aggression directed at officers by the Unite the Kingdom protesters, but also turning off the replies, as the mainstream media rushed to echo those sentiments, stating far-right activists with clashes breaking out.
Marching through the streets of London, one of the largest right-wing demonstrations to take place in the UK in modern times. Organized by the far-right anti-immigration activist Tommy Robinson, close by a much smaller counter-protest organized by anti-racism activists.
I'm just ready against racism.
So close at one point that right-wing marchers began throwing things at them and pushing police. London's Metropolitan Police said a number of its officers were assaulted by the right-wing demonstrators, Dorica, and that 25 people were arrested.
It really seems like every single time they start to lose control, they revert back to the same exact plays. As in this enormous march across the UK, I didn't see a single incident of property damage, compared to neighboring France that had their own riots 4 days earlier, as it initially started with the French angry at their political leadership. But then, women carrying French flags were being attacked by those not, with the Block Everything protests beginning to build barricades in the street, making makeshift roadblocks to stop traffic. And then, burning buses to stop the streets, as sadly, that wasn't the only place they used fire on the freeways, as they specifically burned a Korean restaurant, later attacking the responding French police with trash cans. But the mainstream media didn't seem to cover it like the Unite the Kingdom rally, where they seemed to
explain to me why the fuck in Canada we have a Syrian opposite.
Premier of Alberta, Danielle Smith, drops a pretty major pipeline announcement, which is very, very surprising and could actually be quite
quicker we get the artifact to Sam, the sooner we see Maxis. Oh, hi, Felix! You were in my way!
My physical core is located beneath Colton Hall. Find your way down to me. Quickly.
Well, I didn't come all this way to play sardines with the help. Have we ever figured out exactly how and why this box works? I'll dedicate the pile of bodies I leave behind to you.
Max armor.
Ready to dazzle a born skeptic by creating life out of thin air?
Indeed, I am, Herr Doctor. But our team must still complete some final arrangements.
In a few ticks, guess I'll find out just how lucky I really am. Well, aren't you just the little ray of sunshine inside this wayward reality? Even if this prima materia stuff can regenerate Maxis's body, how can it regenerate her mind? Her soul?
The Sentinel artifact manipulates time as well as matter.
Harley can't be stopped. So that's the promise. It's not the Joe's face worse than death. Now it's our time. He's no longer there to lead us. Rush in and fill the beard breach and win this battle for our country.
Look, it has been 25 weeks since Mark Carney took over as PM. That is nearly half a year. And honestly, it is time we had a real conversation about whether he has delivered on anything he promised Canadians. Remember the campaign? The serious banker who would bring discipline back to the federal government. A government that actually means what it says. Well, here we are. And the track record speaks for itself. Let's start with the money stuff, because this is supposed to be Carney's specialty, right? The former Bank of Canada governor, the financial expert who was going to clean up Trudeau's spending addiction. Instead, he has made Trudeau look like a frugal type. In less than 6 months,
He has blown through an extra $37 billion in annual spending. That's an 8% increase before he has even tabled his first budget. The deficits? They are actually worse than what Trudeau left behind. Bureaucracy spending is up 5%, consultant fees up 36%. He promised us a trade deal by July 21st, said he would handle Trump and come out winning. Well, it's September now. No deal, no victory, just more tariffs hitting Canadian families and businesses. And don't even get me started on housing. This was supposed to be Carney's signature issue, double home building. He said, build things we haven't imagined before at speeds we didn't think possible. The reality? Housing starts in Toronto are crashing, down double digits. The Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation is now predicting a 13% drop in new construction over the next 2 years. We are not doubling anything. We are going backwards.
What are you doing now to help Canada, now that you're not even in Canada? Is it even in your heart to help them?
Well, I'm there a fair bit still because my son is there.
Oh,
And
okay.
so,
amazing.
yeah,
So go back
so,
to them.
yes.
Do they cause you problems for that?
Well, I'm slated for re-education by the College of Psychologists for my misbehavior, hypothetical misbehavior in the social media realm. And so originally that was going to be an indeterminate course of re-education that I had to attend in person. And that there was going to be social media retraining associated with that. And that was all going to be conducted behind closed doors.
Is this a form of communism?
Well, it's a form of authoritarianism, certainly. So I told them, there's no way that you're going to do this behind closed doors because I'm going to tape it and make it public. And they told me I couldn't do that because
why?
Confidentiality, which is supposed to protect me.
But if they want you to behave like this online, why can't they show the
Precisely. So now
they're
they've reduced my...
They're the little boy at the restaurant.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. They've reduced my punishment to 1 2-hour session online with some character from the UK who isn't a psychologist or a social media expert. So I don't know what the hell he thinks he's doing, although I guess I'll find out. I have to do it in the next couple of months.
So you haven't started yet? I'm interested to see what information he shares with you, you know?
But also, why are you interested in doing it if you don't mind me asking?
Well, because if I don't do it, they can take my license. But
let them take it.
No, they're not taking my damn license. I worked hard on that license, and I'm not going to let a pack of authoritarian half-wits strip me of something that is mine by...
But you could be Stephen in the Disciple Book. Like, they kill off your character, how much more will grow?
Right, but the same thing will happen with the re-education, because I'll make it public. And I don't really know what they're planning to do, because my crimes are exposing the climate apocalypse narrative fraud on Joe Rogan, and that's looking pretty good at the moment, given that I've said half the world's population in the West now knows that the climate apocalypse narrative is nothing but
Sam, we have arrived. Let us put the Sentinel artifact to good use.
I checked your approach, and I'm pleased to kill it on purpose. Though the Spitfire's potent hull remains somewhat intacted.
This is a large property. Where exactly should we take the artifact?
My quantum processing unit is underground. Find a way down to my mainframe chamber.
Housekeeping!
Some final preparations remain to activate Sentinel artifact. Only then can we bring back Nexus from the Nazi.
Just tell us what to do. I've had it up to here with cryptic hints. It's like you read my mind. Shit. seriously, I don't have time. Even if this prima materia stuff can regenerate Maxis's body, how can it regenerate her mind? But her soul?
The sentinel artifact manipulates time as well as matter. Her human software will be pulled from the past. She will be the woman you knew. Trust me.
All this waiting, I could still end up with a slap in the face. Lucky me!
You remind me of my mother. Soft on the outside, but with a spine made of iron.
Oh, I'll take that as a compliment. But don't ever call me Mum or I'll punch you in the goons.
Tear them to pieces.
What if they change the professors? Who's running it?
Professors are tenured, and most of the young professors, the younger they are, the more likely they are to be radical. And the young professors, because they just hired them, and the young and you can't attend because then the administrators take over the university, and their administrators are more which is really saying something, because I don't know what percentage of faculty at the typical American university are leftist or radical leftist, but it's in the 90s. And conservatives are basically, I didn't even think I was a conservative. Right? I'm like the most conservative psychologist in academia. I didn't even think I was a conservative. Now I've learned some things since then that have made me more conservative.
Let's talk about something that hits every Canadian where it hurts. Your wallet. A new survey just dropped, and it's telling us what most of us already know in our bones. You need $100,000 a year just to feel comfortable in this country. That's what it takes to stop losing sleep over bills. The average Canadian household disposable income in 2024, it's basically right at that $100,000 mark, which means half the country is scraping by below what's considered comfortable. If you're living anywhere near Toronto or Vancouver, forget about it. In Richmond Hill, you need over $106,000 just to breathe easy. Milton, same story. These aren't luxury lifestyles we're talking about. This is just basic comfort, paying your rent, buying groceries. Meanwhile, if you want to crack the top 25% of earners in this country, you need to make at least $81,000. To be middle class, actual middle class, you're looking at somewhere between $57,000 and $115,000. And let's be real about what comfortable even means anymore. We are not talking about vacations and fancy dinners. We are talking about the basic Canadian dream. A roof over your head that doesn't eat up more than 30% of your income. Reliable transportation. The fact that we need 6 figures just to achieve that baseline, that's not a sign of a healthy economy. We have created an economy where 6-figure incomes are the new middle class, where comfortable has become a luxury, and where entire generations are being priced out of the lives their parents took for granted. That's not the Canada we were promised.
Joining me now is the author of groundbreaking works, international bestsellers, including Australian and New York work that is latest on democracies and death cults. Douglas, let's start with the state of free speech in the UK. Keir Starmer again assured the world that the UK
issues of child pornography and so on, and that anyone who's pushing back against the online harms bill must be therefore on the side of child pornography. No, that sort of stuff is already illegal. You already go to prison for that stuff. It is such a weak and pathetic attempt to defend something that is essentially indefensible, which is citizens who have said nothing illegal being visited at their homes by the police for tweets and Instagram posts and Facebook posts and so on. It's a lamentable affair, and as I've said to you before, Rita, as we've discussed on this show, the very striking thing is that all the time the government in the UK, as in so many other countries, Australia in particular, decide that if you've got a real life problem, instead of solving it, you should go to the secondary thing of how people are reacting to it online. It's so not fit for purpose.
Yep, we've seen it over and over again, and the UK, again, taking a similar approach to what we're going to be doing here in Australia, which is to target
Never thought I would have to shoot a fish. Got him. Fish on. Hey, Marie. Don't be a shark. Don't you dare be a shark. It's a shark. It's a shark. It is a shark. It is a shark. No, it's a cobia, baby. Yes. Yes. Huh? It's a legal cobia. That's a legal cobia. Come here. We've been looking so hard for this fish. Sitting there thinking it's a shark. Oh my gosh. Come here. Come here. No. That's why we throw the jigs out here. So cool. Man, I thought that was a shark the whole way. Saw those dark fins come up, long throat. My battery rod just broke. I got a backup plan, y'all. My rod just broke. My battery rod just broke. Broke my gap. Broke my rod. Wow.
What a relief. You're alive and well. Sorry, I could not arrange a more welcoming reception.
Let's move. The quicker we get the artifact to Sam, the sooner we see Maxis again. Housekeeping!
The director retrofitted this mansion to house what you might call my hardware.
I very much wish to examine your mainframe, Sam. That sounded less clinical than intended.
Never thought I would have to shoot a fish until this happened. Got him. Fish on. Hey from the rig.
For my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job.
Say that again.
I was just fired from my
Double points.
Ready to dazzle a born skeptic by creating life out of thin air?
Indeed, I am, Herr Doctor. But our team must still complete some final arrangements.
always keen to expand my weapon portfolio. Got anything exotic? This'll keep me in fighting form. Excellent choice, Box. That's almost exactly what I wanted.
Max armor.
Even if this prima materia stuff can regenerate Maxis's body, how can it regenerate her mind? Her soul?
The physical artifact manipulates time as well as matter. Her human software will be pulled from the test. She will be the woman you knew.
Bonus points.
Behind a keyboard. But now, they're unemployed. A Microsoft diversity officer, gone. A 911 dispatcher, out. Teachers, journalists, writers, even comic book creators like Gretchen Felber, pardon, terminated. And the irony? These are the same people who lecture conservatives about hate. But when their hate comes out, it's a full display. And it actually costs them their careers. Actions have consequences. And the job that they do is all good thing. Well, it just didn't do that.
Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Poster for a vigil tonight?
Yeah,
or something like that. It's not
It's propaganda.
All right. So, what's your name? All right. So they say they don't print political propaganda. So this is something that has to be.
celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk, DC writer Gretchen Felker Martin has been fired, and DC has canceled the entire new series of Red Hood. She posted some comments that I almost don't want to repeat. Hope the bullet's okay after touching Charlie. The first issue dropped of Red Hood on Wednesday, but by Thursday, DC had fired her, canceled the entire run, and even refunded the comic shops for unsold comics. Honestly, this shouldn't be a shock or a surprise. Felker Martin has a long history of extreme public statements. From 9/11 to Osama bin Laden, the awful stuff she said about J.K. Rowling. So honestly, how did DC not see this coming? DC said her comments promoted hostility and violence, which violated their standards. But the fact that they called this disgusting person and got them to write for them should set off some alarm bells about what's coming from DC. Bottom line, Red Hood is dead on arrival. And now DC's cleaning up a mess they should have seen from a mile.
You got people on TikTok crying, I was just fired from my job. I have nothing left. I can't pay for my daughter's college. Well, maybe, just maybe, mocking a man's assassination maybe wasn't the best move. These same people push cancel culture every single day, digging through old tweets, demanding firing, celebrating when conservatives lose sponsorships. But the second the sword swings their way, oh, suddenly they're the victim. Suddenly it's all about free speech. It's about how it's not fair, about how opinions shouldn't cost your livelihood. Give me a break. You can't champion cancel culture on Monday through Friday and then cry victim on Saturday when it knocks on your door. That's not injustice. That's crime.
Because I think there's...
Craig, come here. Craig, hold on for a second. Charlie Kirk was just shot on a college campus. Did you see what I just saw? Is it bad? Charlie Kirk was just shot on campus.
I need to reclaim the Sentinel artifact. Stabilizing the ether reactors would be an ideal use of your time. Nah, stop Sam. We will handle the rest.
Helpless and hideous. Such a shame. Sam, Maxis isn't coming back, is she?
I wish I'd leveled with you sooner, Elizabeth. The Forsaken wore her down until there was nothing left.
Deep down, I always knew. How dare you give me false hope?
It is the last thing she would have wanted. I know this better than anyone.
They have made this statement addressing it, but nothing has yet to be done about this woman. Wants to read? This one right here is Stacia Sumter. She allegedly works in the Knoxville Community School District, specifically at West Elementary. She is a special education teacher, and this is her program. She made this comment here saying, I don't want to say so I see you again, but then I never wish to see you again. You then make the saying that his comment does not reflect their John said his feelings about Charlie Kirk. The man was a, not going to say all those words, I will never mourn the loss of a man like that. Just for himself
Bob's your uncle. We're here.
I can't say his name, I think it's Ronnie Bolin. He made this comment today saying America became Creator's Day. He actually works for Greenville County Schools. They have yet to make a statement about his comment. This Gerald Burgess, I think, is the lead writer. There's a lot more in the kingdom, so stay tuned for further. the Tennessee State University for Charlie Kirk's death. Let's get back to it at the Yeah, the NCSU president issued a statement saying an employee offered on social media concerning the horrific murder of Charlie Kirk, end quote. NTSU says the comments were inconsistent with their values and have undermined the university's credibility and reputation. The employee was immediately fired. Their role at the university was not released.
Matthew Dog made comments that were inappropriate, insensitive, and unacceptable. For a statement, as has he, there is no place for violence through moral, political, or otherwise. And tonight, President Donald Trump also called out anyone making comments criticizing those who disagree with them politically.
Tonight is time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible.
That's right, no room for that. We're reporting over his inappropriate
Max Armor.
I swear, if a little man on a spring pops out, I'm going to kick this box to bits. I just knew this was going to work out.
Said who was essentially this man's boss and will probably be trying to do something about it. You have another woman who is a second and third grade teacher's aide who was posting about that she wished she would have heard of another obituary talking about Donald Trump, but instead she would settle for Charlie Kirk. And this man, probably the most prominent person to be fired after their comments on Charlie Kirk, was Matthew Dowd, who was actually working at MSNBC and on air saying some absolutely terrible things. But more and more of these videos are coming out, and more of these people are going to be losing their jobs.
Shocked. It's like somebody actually posted this.
A Barrington teacher tonight put on paid leave after parents say the teacher posted inappropriate comments on social media about the shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
No remorse, no nothing. It was more so, he got what was coming for him.
Parents say the post in question was a TikTok video. It's since been taken down, but parents we spoke with still saw it.
It was a post of a male teacher who is saying that the killing was justifiable.
Barrington Superintendent Chris Ashley first announced the school's actions to parents over email before addressing the issue again at tonight's school committee meeting.
We will be conducting an outside investigation into this. We can't discuss the details.
Any acts of political violence cannot be tolerated.
Parents tell us the teacher in the alleged video works in the high school and is involved in the union. Multiple parents spoke out during public comment tonight.
Having the motive is literally disgusting.
To make our students feel safe, our conservative students feel safe, our Christian students feel safe, he needs to be removed.
The school said that he's now on paid administrative leave. Is that enough?
No, it sets a precedent that you can say whatever you want on the internet and nothing will ever happen.
But I asked the school committee for the name of that teacher. They want to give it to me. On Monday, the school committee will determine who that independent investigator is going to be.
website claiming to expose Charlie Kirk's murders. You might be wondering how I got here. I'm kind of wondering that too. I already told this story to Wired, but let me tell it to you now in my own words. Because for the last 2 days, I've been getting messages like this, non-stop, claiming to know where I live, saying they're coming for me. Now, what did I say to deserve all of this? Let's go to the website and read the screenshots they included of me celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder. I said I was terrified of all my friends and very well that I'm an experienced journalist who has extensively covered right-wing extremism. That's also why, by the way, a lot of people hate me and want to shut me down. And I was immediately proven right. Many far-right personalities are using this as an excuse to agitate and retaliate against their political enemies. That includes former conservative leader Andrew Scheer, because this is where it all started. The hate massively escalated when former conservative leader and sitting currently conservative MP Andrew Scheer took my words and called me twisted and said I have so much heat in me. Pierre Poilievre's wife also boosted this post. Then things got even worse when I got a DM from a friend of mine telling me about this website. She sent me the link, and at first I thought she must have sent me the link to the direct post about me on this website. But then I double-checked the link, and I realized this was the homepage. My name was first. And then things exploded. The flood of threats turned into a tsunami. And as it escalated, I shared that I was scared. Then several massive American right-wing accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers took a screenshot of that and shared it saying I deserved it, without showing what I actually said. And suddenly I was like the face of people celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder, even though that literally never happened. And it's made the last 48 hours of my life a living hell. Every single person who's ever disliked me is using this as a chance to get their pound of flesh. But this is the part I really want you to hear. It's not just me. There are tons of people listed on this site who aren't public figures, who have never dealt with this before, and I am terrified for them. Some of the posts on this website are private messages. People are snitching on folks in their lives. And if they've received what I've received in the last 48 hours, which I'm sure they have, I'm so worried about them. People are out for blood right now. And there are people out there who are using this moment irresponsibly to serve up their perceived political enemies as a sacrifice. And for what? They're just proving me right. And I just really hope no one makes good on these threats, because I now have to live as if they meant. This isn't about left versus right anymore.
Silver outpaces Bitcoin and gold in 25 days. This is massive coming from a major cryptocurrency website like CoinMarketCap.com, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, cryptocurrency news website, mentioning silver and mentioning that it's beating their oh so precious asset, which is Bitcoin.
Now, this is big for a few different reasons. One, it shows that silver is getting mainstream attention on more than one type of media space, not only just like the investment or stocks, but also the cryptocurrency world starting to catch wind of silver, especially with how good Bitcoin has done this year. To mention that silver is still doing better is massive. I mean, look who wrote this article, BitcoinInfoNews.com. These are people who heavily have bias towards the Bitcoin world and want their asset to do the best, but are admitting that silver is doing something astronomical. Now, this is also big because if money from the Bitcoin world starts coming in on top of the gold world, that would...
I see you have arrived safely in West Virginia. Is your payload secure?
If you mean the so-called Sentinel artifact, yes. But we can deliver the miracle on
This is a large property. Where exactly should we take the art?
How is it so fucking quiet at the moment?
My quantum processing unit is underground.